Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Kedoshim Tehiyu-the Part 3. The Ramban writes that the Kedoshim Tehiyu is coming to tell us that a person cannot indulge and say, listen, I keep all the halachot, all the restrictions, don't violate any technical violations, so it doesn't matter how much I indulge. No. You indulge, then you are violating Kedoshim Tehiyu. You are a technical avayan. You are a sinner. Not just, you're not being so good. You're not aligned with the spirit of the law. You are violating the technical law as well of Kedoshim Tehiyu. That's how the Ramban learns it. And we discussed this in the previous 2 shiurim. But now we have an unbelievable question. So now we learn that it's a technical violation. It's not just spiritually you're off. But either way, whether a person learns the Ramban as spiritually he's off when he's being a naval and indulging, or whether a person learns the Ramban that technically he's violating Kedoshim Tehiyu, either way, what does it mean a person's indulging? What does that mean? A person goes ahead, grows up in a mansion, a beautiful life, cars, endless rooms, pool, tennis court on his property. He gets married, a lot of money in the family, and he downsizes. But he downsizes to beautiful B'nai Beitcha house in Ramat Beit Shemesh. And to keep up such a house with a pool and a good amount of land and 4 stories, so it's a good standard of living. He has to work hard to keep up such a standard. And that way he can have his beautiful house. So he's a naval, b'shus Torah, or he's maybe violating Kedoshim Tehiyu. Because look at this beautiful house that he has. Chaval, shame on him. Now wait a second, he's indulging? He gave up so much. He could have lived in a 20-room house. He's only living in an 8-bedroom house. For him, he brought down his standard. That's not indulging, that's his standard. If anything, it's Mesirat Nefesh. Then you have another person who goes ahead and grew up with nothing. He grew up one of 10 kids in a 3-bedroom house. And he goes ahead, he makes some money, and now he's living in the same B'nai Beitcha house. Look how he's indulging. Wait a second. He was just cuckoo from all those years growing up, cooped up. I think he just needs the space. And when he goes back, thinks of going back to where he came from, anything close to it, he loses it. And he just needs his space. He needs to be ragua. He needs to be calm. So how do you define indulge? What do you mean indulge? If someone who's indulging, then he's violating Kedoshim Tehiyu. How do you define indulging? And the answer is, there's no objective, standardized definition, the Shlosh says. It depends on every single person. Each person is going to have to define what is motarot, extra, unnecessary, indulging. And maybe for that person to be in that nice house, that's exactly what he needs. For the other person, he's indulging. He's raising his standard of living and the cost of living, and he's going to have to spend much time working to keep it going. That it's unbelievable violation of Kedoshim Tehiyu. And for the other person, he gave up the mansion, 20 acres, the tennis courts, to downsize to a little B'nai Beitcha house. There's no one answer, the Shlosh says. Each person has to be so honest with himself and do the best job that he can defining what are his needs and what is considered to be over the top and excessive and indulging. I don't think too many people are capable of making such a decision, an objective decision. This is such a subjective area, such an emotional area. And there's dangers in either way. I'm going to be so religious, I don't need anything. I'm going to live in a little hut. I don't need this, I don't need that, I don't need a car, I don't need anything. And I'm moving away from the whole world of the Gashmius and the Taivas and all that. Well, that could be right. It could be healthy. It could be a disaster. Maybe you're ready. Maybe your family's not ready for that lifestyle. Or maybe you're really not ready for that lifestyle. And the other person, I just need a break. I need space. I need that mansion. You need it? Maybe not. To me, the only chance of a person coming to any type of objectivity is where he goes and he talks it over with a Rav, a Chavruta, someone outside of himself, because the emotions are flying in every direction and the stakes are high. We're talking about one of the most grand, great mitzvot in the Torah, and a mitzvah that encompasses everything, day and night. How one relates to the physical world, the world of Gashmiut, the sexual, the appetitive. How one relates to this whole economy. It's all connected to Kedoshim Tehiyu. It's so subjective. You cannot look this up in the Shulchan Aruch. You need to know yourself, your psyche, your needs, your desires, your wants, your fantasies, and somehow sift through all of it. Clearly, in my opinion, one needs a Havrusa, a Rebbe, and a companion, an honest person to really talk this through. Spouse, of course, everyone, to constantly try to figure out, what do I need? What's a proper amount of time and energy and money to spend in this Gashmi physical world that Hashem gave us? And then enjoy what is appropriate and what is over the top, inappropriate indulgence and of a violation of Kedoshim Tehiyu. May Hashem give us all siyata d'shmaya and a lot of chokhmah and bina and dat in understanding one of the greatest objects, most difficult objects of understanding, that's ourselves. Shalom.